Hello and welcome to JUMPSCARE, quick reviews of short horror games. I play a lot of indie horror games over on my other channel. I just find it fun and interesting to see what small teams and single developers with limited resources, yet unlimited imaginations can come up with. And I thought, hey, instead of just playing the games, maybe I should share my thoughts about them in other ways too. So, here's a brand new format for you to enjoy. And our first subject of review is Midnight Scenes: A Safe Place by Octavi Navarro. Octavi Navarro is the game developer and immensely talented sprite artist behind acclaimed titles like The Supper and The Librarian, who also contributes their incredible skills to games like Thimbleweed Park. Since 2017, Octavi Navarro's Midnight Scenes series has been delivering a new creepy horror story with each installment, reminiscent of old-school TV horror shows like Rod Serling's Twilight Zone or Night Gallery, though also exploring other horror aesthetics from other decades along the way. And with their latest installment, A Safe Place, I think it's safe to say that they've gone darker than ever. Yes! Nailed the title reference! Midnight Scenes: A Safe Place is a point-and-click adventure game where you play as 23-year-old Phil Larner, who hasn't left his bedroom for over a month due to terrifying visions and anxieties, despite his family's best attempts to get him to come back out. His main means of survival is a helping hand from his friend Noel Hayashi, who brings him food from the local grocery store and tries to help him stay sane with regular social interaction. But what exactly are those three-eyed creatures he keeps seeing, and why does that crack in the ceiling just keep growing and growing? Where the first two games focused on being eerie and mysterious and the next two were a connected story more reminiscent of late 70s or 80s supernatural horror, Safe Place somehow manages to stay more grounded despite the vivid and grotesque visions that Phil keeps seeing. By not shying away from some of the realistically gross implications of Phil's lifestyle, or the absurdly funny situations that may arise from them every now and then, the game keeps the player hooked by constantly having them ask themselves one simple question: why won't Phil leave his room when staying in there clearly causes him so much distress? And without wanting to spoil anything, well, if you're a little bit genre savvy, you might see the ending coming a bit early. But that doesn't mean it's badly done. All the clues are right there, and they will be recontextualized in a way that makes sense when you finally know what's actually going on. I've seen the same plot being done much worse before by studios with far more resources, and I applaud Octavi on getting me hooked on a plot point that otherwise tends to make me roll my eyes a bit. If there is a main criticism to give to this dark yet gorgeous point-and-click adventure game, it would be that Octavi seems to have kind of forgotten about the game part. The Midnight Scenes games were never truly puzzle-heavy Monkey Island clones, to be sure, but they did usually at least require a bit of thinking to solve a problem in front of you in order to progress the story. But in Safe Place, since you're mostly stuck in one room and when you aren't, you're just watching somebody go about their day, progression is usually just a matter of drag this one item here or click on this thing next. And aside from a few dialogue choices that don't really change anything, you're not so much playing a game as you're reading a visual novel or watching a sprite animated movie, especially since the game will likely be over in less than 2 hours. But if you're cool with that, then you're in for a really good sprite animated movie, especially at a price tag of like $6 to $7. I know I've definitely rented way worse than that for that price. Octavi Navarro's work is, as always, beautiful and carefully crafted, and you better believe my butt will be in my seat for the next episode. And if you're into these kinds of dark, mysterious stories, it is well worth your time and money. So go do what the ad says and support your indie devs. Anything that keeps folks like Navarro pumping these things out is good in my book. And that's it for this episode of JUMPSCARE. If you'd like to watch me actually play the game, you can find the link in the description below, or you can click the card in the corner of this video. And don't forget to come back in the future for more quick spooks. See you there, folks, and bye-bye.